Hello. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the two different Python IDEs that we use. So there's Python that we got from Thonny, and yours will look a tiny bit different than that. But they'll have two options, but it's still the same thing. And then there's this Python, and it says idle next to it. Both of them are Python. Both of them work. I just want to show you the difference between them so you can decide. Um, First, we know Thonny. Thonny we use through our first chapter, and it's a very good program for beginners because everything's on one screen. The top is where you write the programs, and the bottom is what we call the shell, where we execute them. Now, if you open up uh, idle, it'll just give you the shell. So it'll just be here. If we type things in, so if we say H equals my name is Mr. Heap, it just executes it. Print H, prints it just the same. However, if we want to write a program, we have to do File, Open New File, and here's a new window, and then we type things over here. So you can say school equals, and so on and so on. I probably don't need to write out a whole program. Um, but what you can see is that it's very similar to Thonny, but you just have two separate programs that you're dealing with. Now, one thing that you have to worry about with idle is every time you run it, you have to save it. So you save it, call it my name, or that was actually school's name, whatever. And then to run it, you can go to run module, or you can just hit F5. And not much happens. It just does school and saves that because it's not too interesting of a program. Now, there are some things that Thonny does that idle doesn't. Like if I am in the shell and I hit up, it doesn't give me the previous entry, so I have to retype everything in the shell, which is fine when you're only writing programs, but it gets a little annoying when you're doing some work in the shell. Uh, the benefit of idle is in some of the more complicated programs, I see that Thonny has some glitches. Thonny is pretty new. I never even heard about it until right before school started in the summer. And I like it, but it's definitely has some glitches it's got to work through. So idle is a little bit faster and a little bit better as the programs get longer and more complicated.